Hi everyone! Today I'm very happy to keep reviewing on Crash Course Psychology episodes 22 to 25. All of them are very interesting. They are diving into personality, intelligence, bias, and emotions. And each of them shows us how complex a human mind really is. First, in episode 22, Measuring Personality, it explores how psychologists try to capture the essence of who we are. Some approaches look for hidden meanings in how people respond to ambiguous pictures or ink blots, while others use more structured questionnaires, like commonly today we use. Probably the most widely accepted today is the Big Five model about personality, which measures openness, conscientiousness, extraversion, agreeableness, and emotional stability, which is also called the Ocean model. These categories don't define us completely, but they can give us a framework to understand patterns in personality that are relatively stable over time. Then in episode 23, the controversy of intelligence, we move into the question, what does it mean to be smart? Some argue intelligence is one general ability that influences everything we do, while others believe there are many different types like social, creative, or practical intelligence. IQ tests have become a common way to measure intelligence. For a long time, right? But they are also very controversial. They can predict certain outcomes, but they don't capture the full picture of human potential, and they can sometimes reflect a cultural bias. Intelligence is not just about test scores. It's also about how we solve problems in real life, adapt to new challenges, and use our knowledge in meaningful ways. And in next episode 24, it talks brains versus bias. It shows how our thinking often takes shortcuts. Our brains use mental rules of thumb, which are useful for quick decisions, but they can also lead us astray. We might overestimate how common dramatic events are because they are easy to recall, or we might stick to our first impressions and ignore new evidence. These biases shape how we judge people, how we make choices, and even how we see the world. Understanding them helps us slow down and think more carefully when it matters. Finally, in episode 25, Feeling All the Feels. I like it, even it's harder to interpret at the first time because it talks about emotions. I feel it is super complicated, and historically speaking, and psychologists have debated that for a long time, and they are still not sure which emotions came first, and then the body reacts, or if the body reacts first and emotions follow. So there are a lot of perspective debates. Another perspective says emotions are a mix of physical arousal and the way we interpret it. What's clear is that emotions are central to human life. They color our memories, influence our decisions, and connect us with other people. Without emotions, life would lost its richness, and even motivation to act would be hard to find, right? Yeah, exactly. So I feel next episode it will talk more about emotions, and this is one. It's just like an introduction to show the psychologist's perspectives about emotions. So taken together, these 4 episodes remind me that the human mind is layered and dynamic. And the personality gives us consistency, intelligence helps us adapt, biases shape our judgments, and, so many dramatic decision makings across our life. And the emotions drive our connections. And also we can maybe feel more about who we are. This is the internal question throughout the time. Psychology helps us step back and see these forces more clearly. Also, the brain science and so many advances in measurements also help us to understand the mechanisms. And I feel through this learning, we can better understand both ourselves and the people around us. So that is still one very important significance of learning psychology course. So next episode, I'm very looking forward to it, and I'm also happy to share my review. Thank you, and thank you for listening. Bye.